building fence, baby.
Good morning, world. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we got to be investors and collaborators in this depiction because it's deeply important to me how African women are portrayed, in how I write, in what characters I take up. That is at the forefront, is really breaking into new portrayals because there are so many fascinating African women, powerful, interesting, multidimensional, complex African women who never get seen. So it's everything to me to make sure that that's what we're accomplishing when I step in front of a camera. And so that is, I'm so excited that got accomplished. I do think that all the players involved would not have been involved 10, 20, 30 years ago, right? Ryan Coogler would have been a small child, you know what I mean? And he's the man to helm this moment. And, you know, I'm thankful that we get to be the cast that's a part of this moment. And I think the world is also looking right now deeply. You know, we're in a post-Obama era. We're in an era where we know leadership doesn't always look, of the world, of the, you know, most powerful parts of the world, doesn't always look one way. So why can't we see that more in how we portray things on the big screen? And we don't see it as much. So I think there's a moment, people are yearning for this. You know, there's definitely a crisis of leadership going on in lots of parts of the world. And I think there's something powerful about Wakanda. And now is the time for us to get a little bit of Wakanda. Learning how to twirl that thing like with ease was not easy. That thing is taller than me, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful weapon, but it has some weight to it. It has dimension. It's high, and so you have to move it like, you know, she's moving the way her foremothers taught her, have put in place to traditionally move as women warriors. The Dora Milaje have been around for generations, so you have to embody it as though it's something that you revere, a tradition, like, you know, like dance, you know, but combat, which was awesome, but it's a lot of work. You know, I had to push Michonne, my character in Walking Dead, way out of my head and find her, and it was a lot of grueling work. They had amazing stunt coordinators, amazing fight coordinators. They really, really worked us very hard and wonderfully and taught us very carefully and clearly, and you had to go home and work that out yourself. It was a lot of work, but when you start to break into finding your character through how she fights, it's a glorious feeling.
It feels really good to be here. You know, this is inspired by the African continent, and it belongs here. So it's wonderful to be able to bring it home, and for the people on the continent to get a chance to celebrate with us what we've made, because it is a monumental moment, you know, where the continent finally gets celebrated. I mean, I remember how to say Kamaku. That's it. And the clicks were tough. You know, the Xhosa language is very hard, and it's one of the hardest languages in the world. But I felt really fortunate to get a chance to learn it. You know, a reason to learn it, like a life or death reason. And it's a beautiful language. So I'm very proud of myself for having mastered the clicks for the duration of the shoot. Well, I think it's a movie that is really about Pan-Africanism. It's a movie about embracing your culture no matter where you're from, you know. It's not just it's definitely for Africans and people of African descent, but it's also for people everywhere to remember who they are and embrace what makes them different and reach out to other people for the reasons that make us the same. So.